So yeah, we're independent because of y'all. It's y'all's fault. Y'all the ones who sold us that. We bought it. And now y'all mad. We that. Make it make sense. And when y'all was selling us the INDEPENDENT.
I don't need no man.
Y'all also sold us the merits and the benefits of being that, right? Safety, security, stability. You got your own. You ain't got to worry about no man. And so the reason y'all can't make all these songs selling us the opposite of being an independent woman is because you cannot live up to the merits or benefits of being a dependent woman, which means we have to depend on y'all for some things. Y'all can't stand up to that. That's why it's real quiet right now. It's crickets. I don't hear no songs about y'all want to talk about soft, feminine, agreeable women, but I don't hear no songs talking about that. But I heard all the songs in the world talking about being independent. That's because that was cool. That let y'all off the hook. You ain't have to do nothing for nobody. But where are the songs about being a dependent woman, a soft, feminine woman? I know where they at. They ain't gonna be nowhere because we can't depend on y'all for nothing. So shut up.
She's right, you know.
My friends, every day another hardcore feminist runs into her bathroom to shade that unsightly underarm hair. Somewhere, a once proud, I don't need a man warrior gazes into the mirror and wonders, how can I be just a tad more approachable? Prepare yourself to see bloody boogers on discarded septum rings and yeast-infected poster girl dresses in the streets. As these brave post-war survivors swarm local Home Depots and running clubs, seeking the exclusive single man like a prize at the end of a scavenger hunt. Let us not forget their previous crimes against the patriarchy. Let the statistical data speak in our absence. For example, single women and mothers with children are the two fastest growing groups of people experiencing homelessness in the United States. Now I ask you, how could Drake or Kendrick Lamar compete with bars from HUD? For example.
You know, so many people glamorize being a parent, a single parent. I don't need a man for nothing. I could do it by myself. Let's really talk about it. Being a single parent is not for the weak-hearted. It's not something to be glamorized. It is so difficult looking your child in the face, knowing that you cannot provide what they deserve. Knowing that in order for you to provide everything that your child deserves, you have to neglect your child because you bouncing from one job, two job, three jobs, school. There's not enough hours in the day for you to work 2-3 jobs, go to school, and provide everything that your child needs.
First off, I'm gonna let her cook on this video, where you need to witness this epic crash out with minimal distraction. The tragic consequences of these delusions continue to ripple through, affecting not only their own lives, but the innocent children, whom we might call cobrelings, caught in the crossfire of their narcissism and misguided pride. The belief that they can thrive independently, or worse, raise a child without the guidance of a strong patriarch, is in the eyes of your grace, Lord Destro, a comical farce, an act of hubris laid bare.
It's so easy to fall into the demonic oppression of bitterness, hatred, unforgiveness, jealousy, wanting to unalive yourself, depression, anxiety. Nobody talks about that. Nobody comes up on here and says that you didn't have to feed your child lictum soup and a sandwich for the 4th day in a row because your food stamps didn't come in yet. Or nobody talk about the fact that they closed your food stamp case because you started making $50 more.
No one talks about the father who, after losing his job, finds himself jailed for falling behind on his child support payment. A cruel irony, isn't it? It's funny how the system works. After these women face the heartbreak of a failed relationship with their first love, Uncle Sam, the government, they often come running back to Jesus, seeking redemption for their sins, hot girl summers, and poor choices. The church becomes their sanctuary, but only after the states have used and discarded them, leaving them no other option for salvation. This poignant cycle, full of irony and quiet tragedy, is the future of many post-war survivors, and your grace commands you not to interfere with this natural process.
Let's talk about how lonely it is. You have nobody to relate to you because the majority of your friends, they did things the right way, right? They went to school, they got their career, they doing what they got to do. And hey, they could be a single parent, but hey, at least they got the funds to fund it, right? They're not working 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs. They working one. They could switch off holidays and every other weekend.
Another myth unveiled. What are the real occupations most women hold today? According to recent U.S. labor data, these are the top 10 jobs commonly occupied by women. Number 1, teachers. Number 2, registered nurses, aka RNs. Number 3, secretaries and assistants. Number 4, customer service representatives. Number 5, nurses assistants, aka the evil CNA. Number 6, retail salespersons. Number 7, first-line supervisors of retail sales workers. Number 8, accountants and auditors. Number 9, personal care aides. And number 10, maids and housekeeping cleaners. Let us not forget the pay-for-play providers as well. Now let me ask you this. How many of these professions pay enough to sustain an entire household, especially with children on a single income? The reality is that many women who claim independence are receiving financial support, whether from the children's fathers or the government. Friends, it's time to see past the smoke screens of media and feminist rhetoric. Independence is really as simple or as self-sufficient as it is made out to be. Let's stay wise to the larger system at play.
You? That single parent, that 24/7, 365 single parent, is different. So you hold it up inside and you get bitter and bitter and loneliness. Then you start self-sabotaging. Destroying yourself little by little in little ways that only you notice. You think you only notice, but your kids do. Then you gotta work on not using your children as emotional punching bags. Because you hate life so much, and it's like you can't even look your kids in the eyes and have a regular conversation about cartoons because everything bothers you. That's real.
The next time you witness a single mother shouting in frustration at her child simply because he picked up an object of curiosity, understand this. It's a cry rooted in resentment. To her, that child represents the weight of her confinement, a daily reminder of her commitment to the I don't need a man narrative. Silently, she may cast the blame of her depression, her loneliness, and her gradual fading into the background on the very existence of the child. Oh yes, the innocent curiosity of youth becomes in her eyes a reflection of her lost freedom, the life she left behind.
You know what hurts? Is when you had your kids and you feel like your kids saved you from a deep, dark road that you was down under. But years done pass and you feel lonelier than ever again. And you realize that your child, your children, the one thing that you wanted more than anything, is no longer enough reason to make you want to stay on this earth. Because just maybe, they might be better off without you. Because we're too busy flexing on Instagram, making reels. Talking about, I don't need a man, I don't want a man, I could do it on my own. Worry about who could give a F less. There is a competition on who could give a F less. Newsflash. Deal with your issues now before you start procreating. You having a child will never fill the void of your emptiness. Because there's something about hitting that rock bottom that we tend to hear him more clearly. We tend to pay attention to him. We tend to look for him when we at the bottom.
But wait a minute. You didn't smash the bell and press the like button. Blasphemy. And although you will never be worthy of a monarch such as myself, Lord Destro would suggest that you poor fools at least give oligarchy a try. So here, Lord Destro has spoken.